What's up everybody, this is Şerif the Worker. Right now I have a guest, Mr. Vartur. All of you know him as Subleasing Dubai, and I'm following him since maybe one of the first apartments he rented. Now he has 10 apartments and his target is, as we written in the Instagram, 100 apartments. So Vartur, how did you decide coming to Dubai?
Yeah.
What was the main reason all over the world you choose the Dubai to do this business?
Yeah, thank you for having me, first of all. And the reason I chose Dubai is I'm from Iceland, and Iceland's a very small market. So I always had the dream to go somewhere bigger where I can scale more faster and larger. And I wanted to go somewhere where everybody speaks English, because I don't want to go to some country where I have the disadvantage of not speaking the local language. So I really wanted to choose from the US or Dubai. And Dubai just had the easier regulations. Like, it was just easier to get a visa, easier to get a Emirates ID, easier to start a company, everything was easier. And I looked at the market, I saw what I was doing made sense in Dubai, like subleasing, renting apartments long term and putting them on Airbnb. So I just went for it.
So you have now proper company and you rent the apartments and doing the subleasing on Airbnb, right?
That's right, yeah.
My second question is, how do you convince owners that allow you to do subleasing?
Yeah, so I don't do a lot of convincing. All I do is just ask agents if the owner is okay with it. If it's no, then I just go to the next one and the next one. And I don't think I'd be very successful in changing the owner's mind, because the owner has already had, he already has his idea about Airbnb. Either he hates it or he likes it. So I just try to find the owners that like it and I present it to them. I'd say maybe 25% of the owners are okay with it, maybe even more. Especially if you can present yourself well, if you show that you already have 10 apartments, you got 30 apartments in Iceland, you've been doing this for a long time, then they're like, yeah, okay, we can trust this guy. So then it's easier. For you,
I think you are so brave and you are doing the hardest part, because if you are the owner of the apartment, it's easy for an owner that it will bring the money or not, because he's already the owner.
Yeah.
But you have to do an amazing calculation while renting, because you are paying some amount, the person, you should be run faster to earn more than you are paying. So how do you do this due diligence?
You have to be very, obviously my experience in Iceland helps me a lot. I've been doing this in Iceland for 3 years. I have 25 apartments in Iceland.
You still keep doing that?
Yeah.
You have a team there working for this?
Yes, absolutely. So that's just that's where I rent them long term. I just contact an owner, say, hey, is it okay if I rent your apartment, pay you monthly rent, put it on Airbnb and make a profit. So I have 25 apartments there. So I have gotten experience of seeing, predicting how much apartments are gonna make. But that being said, you can't just take any apartments in Dubai. Dubai is very saturated. It's a lot of competition. So the only way to actually be profitable doing this in Dubai is you have to do everything perfect. Your furniture has to be perfect, your photos have to be perfect, pricing strategy, reviews, everything has to be perfect, and you have to focus 100% on each apartment. And you have to find the specific towers that actually make sense. So you can't really just rent anything in Dubai and do this. It's not going to work. You have to do it perfectly.
Mostly, which districts you prefer while doing this?
Yeah, I have been focusing on downtown Dubai and Business Bay, just because I think the gap between the long-term rental and the Airbnb rental rate is the biggest. But I feel like it's evening out a little bit now. So I'm looking at other options like the marina, doing some big apartments in the marina. So yeah, but all my 10 apartments right now are in Business Bay and downtown Dubai.
So you prefer mostly which type of units? Studio, 1 bed, 2 beds, 3 beds?
I prefer bigger units, 2 or 3 bedroom apartments, because it's less competition on Airbnb. If you have a studio or 1 bedroom, you're competing with all the hotels as well. And there's trillions of hotel rooms in Dubai. So you want to have the 2 or 3 bedroom apartments to not have to compete with them.
So while renting, you are mostly focusing on downtown Business Bay. And do you consider the view of Burj Khalifa is making a change?
Yeah.
Did you see this difference?
Yeah, for sure. Every apartment that I have has a view of the Burj Khalifa, except for one tower which has this crazy pool with a view of the Burj Khalifa. Then it doesn't really matter if the the unit has a Burj Khalifa view, but you really have to get that Burj Khalifa view somewhere to sell it to a tourist, you know, because
so
the tourist...
it catches on the reservation, the first photo with the view?
The hero photo on Airbnb, exactly.
What is the percentage, maybe this is secret, but we are sharing this information always, I see on Instagram. What is the difference between the renting amount and the amount you are making?
Yeah.
Like 20%, 30% if you will talk about the year.
So,
of course, we have a huge effort on the States.
Yeah.
You cannot count the amount you are putting on this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an open book. I'm sharing everything on Instagram. Just literally every number, every single thing I'm doing, I'm just sharing it. So I just think it's more fun. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll bring in a little more competition maybe, but I'll have a lot more fun doing it, and I'll gain, you know, audience on social media that helps me in a lot of other ways. Like the audience, like the attention I'm getting on social media helps me get cheaper furniture, you know, cheaper photos. It helps me get a lot of stuff. So I'm just excited to see where that will take me. But to answer your question was regarding the percentage, how much profit I'm making percentage. So the funny thing is, I don't have any partners, or I'm not doing this for other people. So I don't really have to
calculate.
Yeah, I've never thought about percentages for some reason. Nobody has asked me, like nobody's held me accountable to talk about percentages. So how I think about it is all my units have to make at least 100,000 dirhams profit a year. So, or that's about $2,000 profit per month, if you want to think about dollars. So yeah, all of my units are making approximately $2,000 a month profit after all my expenses, in my pocket $2,000, or 100,000 dirhams for the year profit.
Another interesting question: are you staying one of your unit that you do Airbnb?
Am I staying? That I started doing that. Yeah, I started staying in my own unit, but then I got a good deal. I'm staying on the Palm now. Just rented a unit long term. There's a nice view.
Wow. Yeah. You are happy what you are doing, and it's a big change you created in 7 months.
Yeah.
In 7 months, 10 units.
Yeah.
And your target is 100 units.
Yep.
I think this will be grow gradually, because the first 10 units is the hardest part.
Yeah.
I think next 6 months it will be maybe 20-30 more units.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2 years you will reach your target.
Yeah. Yeah, the hardest part is definitely beginning, just to see that it makes sense.
And you understand the market.
Yes.
The city.
And also just like all the regulations and the paperwork and, you know, everything is so, going into a new market and just learning everything, it's so hard. But once you like get comfortable with everything, you probably know that because you went from Turkey to Dubai. But then once you get comfortable with it, then it just comes so much easier. But still now I feel like the rental rates are increasing a little bit. So I just posted on my story today that it's getting a little hard to find deals that make sense. But I'm hoping, I mean, obviously I will find some units. I just have to like really talk to a lot of agents. But I'm hoping that once we get closer to the summer, I was going to ask you about that too. I'm hoping that once we get closer to the summer, that the rental rates might, you know, go down a little bit.
What is your like a little tip?
I mean,
secret tip.
I mean, I think I have a lot of them. Big thing that I see a lot of people do wrong is just have, you know, 15 or 20 photos. Have 70 photos.
Yeah.
Just a lot of
Give
photos.
Everything in detail.
Yeah, because if you're a client or if you're a tourist, you want to be able to really get to know what you're actually going to. And if you can only see,
even
you know,
I saw some 3-4 photos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. Nobody's gonna book that. So just give out as much information as humanly possible. Take a photo of the washing machine, everything, all the amenities.
By the way, guys, I'm collecting this information for myself.
Yeah.
We are starting Airbnb soon.
I want to ask you a lot of questions too.
Okay, I'm ready to spread.
Go ahead. So you are running a real estate agency. Can you just tell us a little bit about that? How big is it in Turkey and Dubai?
Our company is 37 years old.
Okay.
I'm also 37 years old.
Nice.
I'm second generation.
Oh, okay. So you inherited the company from your father or something, or took over?
We have in our hometown Fethiye in Turkey. It's a touristic town.
Okay.
And 10 years ago, I opened the second branch in Istanbul.
Yeah.
And it grew really well. Now we have a team of around 30 people in Istanbul and around 15 people in my hometown. And our Dubai office is now around 25 people. So in all around the world, we have around 70 people working in real estate. It's growing gradually, and I'm happy what I am doing. And Dubai market is so hot nowadays. Especially Turkish people are highly demanding purchasing properties here.
So, so your journey obviously started in Turkey. You have 30 some agents there. What kind of what is the Turkish real estate market like? Like, how much commission do you get to sell an apartment?
We get 2% from buyer, 2% from seller.
In Turkey?
Yeah.
Same as in Dubai?
Same as Dubai.
Wow. Because in Iceland, the agent only gets 1.5% from the buyer, no, from the seller, and that's it. So little.
This is the dreams of the owners in Turkey also.
Yeah, really?
To pay less to agents.
Okay, and what kind of apartments are you selling in Turkey?
The variety is so big, like it's starting from $100,000, like one bedroom, but it goes up to $30-40 million, like mansions. In Istanbul. Istanbul is a big city. There is like long history in the town.
Yeah.
But the market is nowadays really slow in Istanbul because of the mortgage and the high interest rates. People are not preferring to purchase.
What's the interest rates in Turkey? Like 15 or something?
60.
60?
60.
60? Because inflation is crazy?
Yeah.
People that own an apartment, do they have a fixed rate, like, or does their interest rate just shoot up to 60? Right away?
If they got the mortgage before, their rate is still the rate.
For how long?
The mortgages are like 10 years in Turkey, so if they got it 3 years ago and from 0.69 monthly, so they're still paying the same amount. They made a good money.
That's good for them.
But another thing, ROIs are so low in Turkey. Like, if you're owning property and rents are bringing up around 3%. In Dubai, it's like 7-8% easily.
What's the Airbnb market in Turkey? What are the regulations, like restrictions?
This is really bit difficult because in Turkey, you need to get permission from all your neighbors in the same community to do Airbnb. So it's impossible. Because
unless you own the whole area.
Yeah, if you hold the whole building, then you can do that.
Oh, that's nice though.
But some communities are designed for this. Like some buildings, they say we designed the building to do this business. So for them it's easier. Some people, they do it secretly, like they don't get the permission. They say I have a guest. So
I guess that's easy if you just have 1 or 2 units. But if you want to expand, then that's not really possible.
It's more common on the touristic towns. Like we have, maybe you heard Antalya, Fethiye, Bodrum, Marmaris. Those touristic destinations, they are more ready to do this Airbnb, and they are mostly like villas with private pool.
Do people do subleasing in like Airbnb arbitrage in Turkey?
What we do, this is not called subleasing, but we, as some of the leasing companies, they say to owners fixed rate. So let's say you are giving your key to a leasing company. They are telling that I will pay you yearly $50,000. They agree on the amount, and plus minus it's profit of the.
So it's basically subleasing, but at like, it's like more of a professional way to do it.
Yes, you are telling the owner that this is the fixed rate you will get. Anything you lose will not affect you.
That's good. That's smart. Any last questions you have for me, or?
I really enjoyed about this chat, and for the next month, if it is possible, I would like to do it again to see the movement.
Absolutely.
Maybe trying to do some business together.
Maybe, for sure. I like that.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please follow Subleasing Dubai.
Subleasing Dubai.
And comment under the video if you have any questions about Airbnb business. We will be answering together about these comments as well. Thank you.